Hi, good morning teacher. My name is Alenka Lizarraga and today I'm going to present my CBO project. I choose the book The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky to talk about today. Stephen Chbosky is a 51 years old American writer, screenwriter, and director. The first book he wrote was The Perks of Being a Wallflower, published in 1999, and his best-selling novel to the date. The book The Perks of Being a Wallflower, it's about high school life of young Charlie, who is a teenager with two childhood traumas. The first is the death of his best friend, and the second is the death of his favorite aunt, Helen. Charlie unburns himself by telling his life story to an anonymous friend through letters. The story is told through Charlie's point of view. The book is set in Pennsylvania in the 90s with a young adult literate teen. I've chosen to talk about Charlie, who is the main character of the book, because he's a very interesting person. But at the beginning of the book, he was a shy and quiet guy because of his childhood trauma. He was a person who didn't have enough confidence to express his feelings, but while the book goes on, he starts to gain that confidence. Although, it was not until the end of the book that when he takes actions to express his emotions. Since Charlie is the main character, I'm going to compare myself to him. I could say that I identify with him mentally, since I also suffer from childhood trauma and I have depression and problems to communicate with people. But I would love to do the same thing as Charlie did in the book, that is, tell my life and my problems to a person I don't know, and I know that the person will never judge me because we don't know really, we don't have that type of communication, just sending him letters and not telling him my name or not telling him who I am. So yeah, I will love to do that. I could say that I don't identify too much in a responsible way with Charlie because he's a very intelligent person and a smart person who accepts help from other people, like his teacher Bill, who helps him to improve his writing. That actually Charlie improves a lot in the book. But I can identify with that because I can write very well. I can do resumes or summaries because I suffer from ADHD and that doesn't allow me to concentrate very well while I'm reading. So yeah, I don't identify in that respect. The story begins with Charlie, depressed by the death of his best friend, writing a letter for the first time to his new anonymous friend, telling him about how he feels about the suicide of his best friend, talking a little about his family and telling him that he is going to start high school. In high school is where he met brothers Sam and Patrick for the first time and eventually become their best friends. The most interesting part of the book is when Charlie starts to experimenting, going out to parties, trying alcohol, drugs with his new friends, and also he experiments love and heartbreak. Many things happen in the book, such as Patrick and Craig fight, who were in a relationship, Charlie and Elizabeth being together but breaking up because Charlie kisses Sam in a game while he was in a relationship with Mary Jane. Then Sam's relationship with Craig and infidelity on his part. At the end of the book, another theme related to Charlie and his son Helen explodes. It was when Charlie and Sam finally were expressing their feelings for each other with a kiss, when Charlie remembers what his son had done to him when he was just a child, which was abuse him sexually. That causes Charlie to be hospitalized because of a nervous breakdown. There he wrote the last letter to his anonymous friend. I have a lot of favorite parts, as it is one of my favorite books, but especially I liked when Charlie or the others said that they felt infinite. I like when they are partying, they are drinking or writing some card, but especially I like when Patrick and Sam take Charlie to his first party. The part when they are in Sam's truck and Charlie turns on the radio, a song starts playing and the three silence, enjoying the moment. I like how Charlie describes that moment and how at the end of the song he said for the first time that he felt infinite. When they come back from the party, something really similar happens, but this time they are inside of a tunnel. Sam is in the back of the van, standing up with the air touching her face, moving her dress. I don't know, I feel this part very unreal and ethereal. I think that this part of the book describes totally how to feel to be young. And I really love how the writer put that in the book. I really love it. I would like to mention my favorite phrase of the book, said by Charlie, which is, "And in that moment, I swear we were infinite." He mentions it at the end of the letter after telling about the great experience of the tunnel with his new friends, to his anonymous friends. I could say that the moral of the story is the importance of mental health and how important it is to treat it and to talk about it. Also, the importance of friends in a person's life and how they can be a lifeline for you. And also how you can enjoy every moment of your life while you are trying to heal. I don't know, I think that is the message that the writer wants to transmit to the reader. I think it is a book for a general audience, as it can help to young people to deal with mental problems and adults to understand the mind of a young person and to realize that the problems that teenagers go through are also important and very valid. I also recommended the book because it is a very good book. Actually, it's very interesting and it is very easy to read. It's nothing complicated. Finally, I love how Charlie narrates the book through letters, and I find it really original for a book. If I like the book, yes, I love it. I clearly love it. I love how the writer Chabowski managed to express the feelings of a young person despite of being an adult. And I love how he touches very important topics as suicide, depression, mental health, anxiety, and more. So yeah, I really love it and I really recommend it. And finally, I would like to mention the movie The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is based on the book and also is directed by Steven Chbosky. I think it's the best adaptation of the book to a movie because the director managed to put all the essence of the book into the movie, so I really recommend it too. And that's all. Thank you very much, Miss. I hope you have a very nice day. Thank you.